What is up, guys? Thank you all very much for tuning in for another epic beer battle. It's Beer Monster O'Clock. Who will be victorious between these two wheat beers? We have on my left Blue Moon Belgium White, Belgium style wheat beer. And on my right, we have, of course, Hoegaarden, which is also a wheat beer. The Blue Moon is actually brewed in the UK. Now, I didn't know that. I had a little sneaky look at the bottle beforehand, and it's brewed in the UK. So that's news to me. Whereas the Hoegaarden is still imported from Belgium. So yeah, that's the first difference I will say about these two beers if you buy them in the UK. This one is brewed in the UK. Will that make a difference? I don't know. I'll put these two against each other for obvious reasons. They're both supposed to be Belgium anyway. Naughty, naughty. And they're both wheat beers. You know, they're both two of the most mass-produced, ready available wheat beers. So you can find these in most supermarkets. They're quite easy to get hold of. I thought we'd see what one's better. I have reviewed both these beers on my channel quite a while back, and I've tried so many fantastic wheat beers since then, particularly German ones, Weiss beers and all that. And I just want to see if my opinion of these beers has changed. I haven't watched them reviews back, but I do remember preferring the Hoegaarden over the Blue Moon back then. But yeah, that was a long time ago. It was before I really sort of fell in love with the style of beer as well. And again, before I really had much to compare these two to. Whereas now I've tried loads. So yeah, let's see if I still rate them or not. Right, firstly, we'll get the Blue Moon out of the glass. Price wise, the Hoegaarden, I got 4 bottles for £4.39 in Home Bargains. And the Blue Moon, I got it in a 4 for 3 deal in Morrison's. It was about £2.20 something a bottle, but in the 4 for 3 deal. So Hoegaarden's cheaper. I'm not sure by how much, but it is cheaper. Right, 5.4% Blue Moon comes in at. And Hoegaarden is 4.9%. So Blue Moon is stronger. So yeah, you're getting more ABV in there. I'll stick the Blue Moon in the Blue Moon glass. I don't have a Hoegaarden glass, which is a shame, because that probably would have made it fairer, but I can only do what I can do, you know. But at least I'll put that in there. It's obvious then that one is the Blue Moon. Right, let's get the other one open, the old Hoegaarden. And see how they compare in the looks department. Which one is a better looking beer? Right, yeah. I do have better memories of Hoegaarden from what I can remember, but you know, that could change. When you put these beers up against each other, anything can happen. There we go. Straight away, the Hoegaarden is looking more appealing to me. Perhaps the colour of the Blue Moon is nicer. That sort of darker. Sort of a darker colour in it, a hazy orange sort of colour. Both got brilliant white heads. Hoegaarden's head is retaining better. They look quite similar, but the Hoegaarden's definitely lighter. I don't know, that's quite equal, because I think the colour of the Blue Moon is nicer, but the Hoegaarden's got a nicer head. So I reckon we could probably call that one a draw. See if we've got any bits in the bottom. Whoa. You don't really get any bits out of these ones. Not like some of the German ones, you just get all that yeasty goodness sitting at the bottom. I don't know why, but with these two, you don't get much. Anyway, let's get in there and check out the aroma of the Blue Moon first. See what that smells like. Banana-y. Coriander. Like herbal, yeah, I'm sure it's coriander they put in here. Maybe a little hint of citrus. It really doesn't have a lot of aroma at all. Comparing it to the German light wheat beers or Weiss beers, these are really, well, this one's lacking. Hoegaarden smells a little bit better, but really aroma. This one's got more spice. The Hoegaarden smells more like clovey spice. Like a bit of citrus peel in this one. Like vanilla, it's giving me vanilla vibes. as well. And of course, banana, but yeah, they're both lacking a bit on the aroma. Hoegaarden just snatches it on the aroma for me, but there's really not a lot in it, to be honest with you. There's a little close-up look at the beers. Right, let's chuck them down the neck and stop flirting with these couple of tarts and see what one I think tastes better. That's all that really matters in this beer battle, isn't it? Which one that tastes better. Because, you know, you can probably get Blue Moon for the same sort of price if you shop around or whatever. There's probably not a lot in it. The normal price of Hoegaarden, I think, is about the same as the normal price of Blue Moon. So they're about the same value, I would say, for the prices I see them at. So it's all down to the taste, isn't it? Right, in with a Blue Moon. Cheers, everybody. Bosh. It's all right. Yeah, I think my taste buds have definitely changed since I've been doing this, and I think I've been spoilt with too many good German Weiss beers. The Blue Moon does not stack up nowhere near close to some of the German ones I've tried. Sorry, Blue Moon, but it's lacking in flavour, it's lacking in body. It doesn't have that really nice mouthfeel that the German ones have. I'm not comparing it to that, am I? But I'm just saying. Right, let's go with a Hoegaarden. Smoother. Still a little bit on the watery side. But it's got a nice creamy mouthfeel, this one. Comparing it to the Blue Moon, mouthfeel quite easily. Hoegaarden wins on the mouthfeel for me. Right, let's go again and think about the taste this time. Orange zest is the main thing I'm picking up in the Blue Moon. Perhaps a bit of orange as well, but it's a very zesty kind of orange. Got a little bit of a kind of sour taste to it as well. The coriander's there. It's all right. It's not horrible. It's just, like I say, when you've tried some of these German ones, it's particularly Blue Moon, is miles off. But it is quite refreshing. It'll do a job on a hot day. It's probably better than most of the lagers you can get in the UK. You know, if you can find this on tap instead. People like to put a slice of orange in this. Not for me. I prefer to leave me beers alone in the fruit department mostly. I have tried this with a slice of orange in the pub, and it does probably taste a bit better on tap. But again, I tried it before I tried all these amazing German Weiss beers. Mildly dry and finish on this one, low bitterness. Score out of 10 for the Blue Moon. I can't remember what I gave it originally, but you know, today's a different day. I've tried many a beer since then, but on today, main taste is definitely the orange. I'll give it a 7. A 7. It's just very average. I mean, how can I explain it? My reasons for giving it a 7 is still, for me, in my personal opinion, better than going to get most of the lagers and that you can get in the UK. But for a wheat beer, this is for me right at the bottom of the spectrum. But then, because of my love of wheat beer, I would probably still rather drink this over a lot of lagers and that. But this is not a good wheat beer for me. So I'm giving it a 7, but bear in mind, this is right at the bottom for me on the ladder of wheat beers. Hoegaarden's better. It is a bit watery. It's nowhere near as flavoursome as the German ones. Again, this is a step down from the German ones for me. But this one I just find a bit more easy drinking, a bit more refreshing. The mouthfeel's not great, but it's closer than the Blue Moon. herbal. Got your banana in there. A little bit of bubble gum as well for me. And some citrusy notes. But they're both a little bit bland compared to the German ones. Even something like a Franziskaner, which is also readily available, and you can probably get that from all the shops you can get these two in, or most of them. I would say go and get a bottle of Frankie. It shits all over these two, to be honest with you. Just being honest, if you're a fan of these, this is just my opinion, but go and get a bottle of Frankie, because pretty much all the supermarkets sell that are going to sell this. So these are pretty pointless, really. Maybe let me know in the comments, do you prefer these over German Weiss beers? Maybe some people do prefer these because they are a little less flavoursome. Their mouthfeel is not there for me. Perhaps some people prefer that watery style mouthfeel. Can kind of make it easy to drink. For me, yeah. 7 for the Blue Moon. I'll go 8. I'll go 8 for the Hoegaarden. I do think it is some way better. It's worth an extra whole mark over the Blue Moon, but nearly all the German Weiss beers are going to be at least at 8.5 plus for me. Most of them are going to be 9 point this, that, and the other. So yeah, these two are, yeah, they don't keep up with the Germans, I'm afraid, but they're okay for what they are, you know. If I went to a pub and had one of them on tap, I'd probably pick it over a lager, me personally. Even though they're right at the bottom, they're still okay for what they are, you know. They're both refreshing. They just lack that German efficiency. You know, thanks for tuning in, guys. Let me know which beer you prefer out of these two if you've tried them both. Give me some other ideas of beers you'd like to see put up against each other, and I'll consider it for future content. And I just want to say thank you, everyone, especially if you made it this far. I really do appreciate it, and all the subscribers and that keep tuning in daily. Thanks so much for all the support. I really, really appreciate it. Smash that like button if you made it this far as well. And consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done already and you've made it this far. Smash the button, you know you want to. Till next one, guys. Bye-bye, darlings.